to think this day would come. I am honored to have your company. I never expected any of this to happen. My birthday is something that not in a million years did I expect someone other than Dark Shadow to remember. It is truly something that I pride myself on making my own and still having it celebrated. You see, my family, they take such traditions very serious. But outside of it, it seems I've not had much luck. It is strange to me how much I seem to mean to you. Not that I'm complaining. Of course I wouldn't be. There's no reason to complain about something good. Isn't that right, Dark Shadow? He doesn't seem too keen to talking to you, but that's okay. It is my birthday, and his. He will talk to you if he deems you worthy. Or perhaps he's too shy today. It's quite all right. Now come along. There's much to get done. To think, even without an invitation, you would take things this far. Impressive. You always were like that. Quite an impressive individual even back at UA. Back before it fell. Perhaps this world that is so unforgiving, the one that we live in, the shreds of dignity, everything that we hope to know, it's all so far away, isn't it? But thank you for teaching me not to lose sight of hope. There are many who would do it. Many yet more who would make it just seem as bleak and hollow as night by itself, without ever hearing the crickets or owls in the distance, without ever seeing the bright and beautiful moon. Perhaps it's just me, but I appreciate the sullen night. It is my place. And while Dark Shadow cannot handle such darkness when amassing his power, I've come to shoulder half the burden. And so we are stronger. Stronger still. I will not allow it to go beyond means I can control. Never again. The villains, they used me, and the heroes did too. And now we're caught in this amalgamation of things. I pride myself on not letting a single innocent die, but even still I cannot uphold that. I am beyond myself with duty. But with you, I feel I can relax. Sit on the desk like I used to. Isn't it beautiful still? How nature has claimed what we left. There's so many who perished during that time. And many more that I wish didn't have to suffer. But that will forever live on in my memories. Each and every one of them. I hope you see me as something more. Well, obviously you must, if you chose to spend this day, the day I remember them, the day I feel like my birth had meaning. If only I could find my parents. Perhaps someday we will be reunited. Birds of a feather flock together. Perhaps that's what brought me to you and you to me. Isn't it ironic? How the world may be in shambles, but you can find something to laugh at. Perhaps that's exactly why I cherish my birthday so much. It's always been something I have to give back, yet something that's meant for me. It's a pleasant kind of irony, and I never have to face it alone. Even less so now that you're here. There are many things I want to do yet. Down with the tyranny that reigns. Make a world that, perhaps settling down, could exist. If ever we find a nest, I want mine to be with you. Perhaps it's just a longing wish. But there's no way I can just let you go in this wasteland. Is that overbearing of me? Sometimes I think it is. My intentions are not quite so bland as to waste your time. Instead, I wouldn't dream of it. It's rather similar to me. A world that's empty, but with you, and a world of the past, so long as you're here. There is much room for me to rejoice. A transience about this place, despite all the memories it holds. You hold yet more. Does it bother you that I've found myself more infatuated with you than I have the crumbling world? With you rather than saving the day? Perhaps I am obsessed, and I find it to be what keeps me bright, what gives me hope. When all else is going to fail, I see you as my hope. As much as I can have hope in this world, I think my birthday is quite the day to have it. All of these days, they whisk by faster than we can stop and appreciate each and every one. But when I'm around you, they stick out, like glistening beacons among sand, among a desert, among an ocean of feelings. Perhaps it's just my poetic nature, but I'd say I'm very much in love with you. And even more than that, I'm happy to have you and no one else to be with me right now. I couldn't be happier. In fact, it's positively amazing. I know I can't smile like others do, but I'm sure you can see it in my eyes, the happiness brimming. I've become as much a man as I know how, and yet I still have so much to learn. But I feel like in part, I could only ever learn that with you. I could only ever truly face myself in the mirror while holding your hand. Dark shadow is my other side, whereas you are my grounding to this world. But here I am reminiscing. Instead of that, let's spend the day in flight. Not truthfully flying, but I hope to make your heart fly with mine. Just like this, beside you. It makes me happy just to hold you. You're warm and comfortable. It makes me feel magnificently enthralled. I could never let you go. Won't you stay with me? A fine answer. How do you say it? This is truly bliss. I can feel your heartbeat. It is as true as my own. I've always known it since I've met you. You've had your heart in the right place. A true kindred soul. Someone who cares more for others than perhaps ever themselves. That alone makes you a hero in my book. Someone spectacular, but singing you praises accomplishes nothing at all. Instead, let's be off. There's much to do. Much, much more to do. Not that I have any concrete plans, just ideas. In Junktown, a place where everyone built up from the wreckage of the war. There's quite a few places that happen to hold quite a magnificent display. It's hard to say it, because the concept of doing something for myself and myself alone is so difficult. Won't you allow me to treat you? It may be my birthday, but it would mean the world and be the best gift you could offer, just to accompany me. I do not wish for anything drastic, just your hand. Please don't pay heed to that. My hands, they've recently... It's nothing to worry about. I've known this from birth. My body would continue to change, and though I've repressed it, I've managed to end up in this precarious situation. Please do not worry yourself. I promise on mine and Dark Shadow's very honor that this is nothing I cannot handle. I promise you it's all right. After all, great power does not leave the body unhinged. It is how you use it that matters so very much. You make me want to use it, this life, as best as I can, no matter how long it lasts. I do not want your pity. Please never pity me. I want to protect and make you smile. Those sentiments are all that matter. 1,000,000 times I see it, and 1,000,000 times I will do the same thing. When I see you frown, I want to make you smile. And perhaps it's just me being doting and nosy, but I can't just leave you be. Does that make me clingy? Does it make me intrusive into your life that doesn't belong to me? If you mean that, then I will trust you on the implications. I just don't know where I begin and where I end, or you begin in my heart, and all of these strange misconceptions I have, I want to see them through. to a truth that I can't deny. And still I wonder what my words really mean. If my actions don't. I need to do more for us, and no. It is true. As much as I dote on things, as much as I try and be better. There's only so much inside me that I should worry about this later. I swear to you I'm all right. It is only a minor setback, one that I will not let hold me back. Please ease your heart. I will not let you be alone. But at some point, I can't decide if I'm too clingy or not enough. Either way, I want to be near you, especially on my special day. Though in truth, I just see it as another day, another excuse to exist and justify myself. There's a big portion of my heart that I only share with you. Well, I'm certainly not good at something like this. Would you accompany me to the festivities tonight? Then let us be off. The last thing I'd want to do is waste your time. Shall we do something, like get some food first? Pardon me, it's quite nerve-wracking. Just to think of making a mistake in something like this. Sure, lives may not be on the line, but something from you, disappointing you, it would break my heart. I can't tell you how much it means to me that it's... No. You're right. Dwelling on things as they are is just gonna make the night a lot worse. Instead, would you take this hand? It wasn't meant to be quite that embarrassing. I just got swept up in the moment. Still, won't you take my hand? Then let's be off. My wing. It was a word I thought suited you. Because when I hold you in my hand, I feel as though I can fly. I feel as though I spread my wings, and I'm as light as a feather. And perhaps that's exactly why, when I see you, when I get a chance, I want so badly to let you know how much you've changed my life. How much everything has just been in a constant flow of positivity. Despite all the negative surrounding us, it just fades away. It makes me remember the good times. All the time I got to spend with my family before we got separated. I will cherish it forever, but you give me something to look forward to, and for that I look forward to every kiss on my beak. It's clear you seem to enjoy it yourself. That alone is fascinating to me as someone who doesn't really understand what it is that's redeeming about myself. I've always had a harsher view. And yet here we are. You find something in me that I couldn't see. And while I appreciate it, it's also hard to accept. Here, let's buy one of these. Then again, no, let's do it. We'll take 2, please. The skewers with whatever that is. Shish kebab.
That'll be 3 tokens, please.
Here you are.
Have a nice day.
You as well. This way, my darling. Was that too formal? I was showing off slightly. And I wondered if you would like it if you had someone who's proud of you. I know it's what I always wanted. Someone to be proud of who I am. But even then I thought it was narcissistic. I'm not exactly the best at giving myself a pat on the back, so I guess maybe I'm stuck to you. It's so funny. Having grown up around dark shadow, all I can think of is how much of an idiot I was. Always thinking I was a cut above, and yet never giving proper credit to what I did. It was an endless cycle of consuming whatever praise I could get, and yet never believing in it. It was all empty. Yet I still had a chip on my shoulder, and I don't know why. I wonder, do you really understand me? I want to believe that you do. No, I know you do. It is just that it's so hard sometimes. What am I doing? Reminiscing to myself again. Shall we sit down and eat? It's delicious, isn't it? As with this, I'm quite appreciative of your company. No, I should say it properly. Thank you for following me around. Even if it is just a silly festival, my birthday would normally be bland and empty. And since you're here, I feel it's so much better. Of course, I always have dark shadow, but it's just not the same. Would you like to see the centerpiece of the festival? There's a massive bonfire. Shall we go and watch it burn? I understand if you do not wish to. After all, it's sort of a niche. If you have no reason not to, then let us go. Would you like something else? Perhaps something to drink? They have a lovely drink here made from melons. It's quite delectable, if I do say so myself. You're so silly. 2 of the melon drinks, please. Thank you. Well, I figured it's much better to have said it than not. But you have something on your face. I got it for you. Despite this clunky beak and features of mine, it's quite handy and dexterous. I've gotten good at using it. Does it surprise you? Perhaps that's how it should be, and yet I don't feel that's the case. Will you humor me for a dance? after we're done with our festivities, perhaps we could enjoy the night together, in a way only we could share. No, there is no right or wrong way. I wish it would be something you would wish for as well. I want to share in your time, in whatever I can, to earn more of it. Sitting here, dancing with you, all of it. I just want you to love me back. Even if you say you do, is it really all right for me to just be happy like this? Do I have a right to that? Is it wrong to desire it? I still don't know. I feel the guilt of my actions. I've made wrong choices. I've hurt people who are around me, even loved ones. I just hope that you can bear that. The understanding that I am myself, but I am a flawed man, looking for his place in this world, as broken like a reflection of myself. If nothing else, I want you to see me as that. Imperfect in my lack of perfection. I want you to see me as more than just a sad man, empty and broken. I want you to see me as a man who'd be fit to be your lover, your boyfriend. I knew it. Perhaps I was too direct. I'm sorry. It was... Well, of course it was the truth. I would never tell a lie like that. Or any if I can avoid them. Then... you accept my confession. That is more than I expected. I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to react or feel about this. I thank you. I'll need just a moment. I obviously won't say no. Somehow I expected it. But I never mentally prepared. It was sort of like, imagine you see it in your mind, in your dreams, but then you actually get it delivered to you right in front. And you don't know how to say yes, but you need to. And that's exactly what I did. What I felt like in this moment. I am happy. Happy you chose me. And that we could be together. That is what my heart desires. More than anything else. In fact, it's startling how happy I am. Thank you for making this birthday truly exemplary. I did not expect it to be this way. Not in the slightest. In fact, I was thinking I might scare you off. That you wouldn't want to spend so much time with me. And to hear that the opposite is true, it's miraculous. Then again, I should have had more faith in you. I thought that perhaps I was too strange for you. That my appearance and personality were less than those of my peers. I've always thought that way, as if I was some kind of stranger. I cared about them, of course, but I could never care about them like I do you. It was always a slope of things. I could never think in a way of what I was but what I wasn't. But you make me accept myself if your words ring true. Then I must apologize. I didn't expect even you to accept me to this extent. When I say I love you, it is unhinged by prior pretext. I just love you, without a doubt. I thank you, if only for giving me another chance, a chance at happiness. I will be sure to make sure, despite my redundancy, that I will make you happy. It's the best birthday I could ever ask for. It is as they say, you can never expect things to go right, but when they do, it is truly something to be appreciated. Well, would you take this dance? Moseying along with you, just like this, it makes me feel weak, but not in a way that so much makes me scared, more like weak at the knees, unable to understand why I feel this way, but not caring. As long as you're happy. As long as you're happy, then so am I. I will absolutely make you the happiest. It is simple. In that field I will master. And another one of those beak kisses, is it? I see you couldn't resist. And they are all yours. You can have as many as you want. It's not as though they are bad, or... In fact, I quite like them. And I'm sure if Dark Shadow wasn't being so shy, he would tell you that as well. It's nothing I can't handle. Is sort of what I'm trying to say, but maybe I should just shut up and dance, eh? Thank you. 1,000,000 thank yous wouldn't be enough. And yet I feel it's a mispurposed word for this. Maybe I talk too much. But it's all I know how to do when it comes to you. After all the details of it, it's just so strange. I'm no expert in this field. I got so used to ignoring it, so used to looking past my own desires or wants or needs, that I focused only on what needed to be done, for what I perceived as the good of many. Though I think maybe it's best I be more selfish. Always looking out for others just gets you emptiness inside. Instead, I'd like to be something. I'd like to consider myself an equal to even you. It warms my heart that we can speak so freely. Shall we head home? The fire is about to burn out. And as far as I know, there's nothing more festive. It was a wonderful birthday, and I thank you for everything, and you can. But are you sure about that? If you come home with me, won't you have trouble when you want to go home? Of course I'd walk you, I just... Are you certain about this? As long as you are, then... Of course you can come over. Besides, we can do something fun. Though I have no idea precisely of what. I'm sure we can find something to occupy our time. Here we are. Surprising, isn't it? That my home is so close to this area, and yet it seems as though I'm never around it. It must be because I instinctively avoid it. It's almost like a reminder of all the things I don't want to remember. I wish I could view it in a positive light, but it's so difficult for many reasons. But I shouldn't bore you with that. You've gone through so much in your own right. We all have suffered. And to that end, I want to end the suffering and make it into something much more. Let us enjoy our night as we... What do you mean by that? Surely you don't... Why, of course, I would never dream of saying no. You're beyond what I could ever even imagine in my dreams. And to that end, I wish I could hold you closer. I suppose wishes are meant to be had. Something about holding you, just like this, is more than enough for me. And yet, my greedy self wants more. Does it make me something wrong, something terrible? In truth, I don't know. And yet, part of me just doesn't care. What do you think, my love? Will you allow me to take you in my wing and show you my little nest? No, I should say our little nest. I must take you under wing. You've done so much for me, and, well, I can't properly. I will express all these feelings deep down. Part of me does not understand which one is proper. But what I do understand is, I hope you feel loved. My desire for you to, it exceeds anything else. Anything else I feel takes second to your happiness. And just holding you, both of us can. So you get cuddles from both sides. Do you enjoy it? I certainly hope so. Because I know as far as me and Dark Shadow go, this is complete bliss. And I wouldn't dream of changing it. Would you mind if we stayed cuddled, just enjoying our night together? I expected nothing less, because with you I understand what my limitations are, as well as my passions, those things that I've repressed for so long, in favor of what I saw as a necessity. It took everything in order to stop that. And these snuggles. Do you like when I nuzzle my beak like this, to your neck. I could not wish for more, and yet my selfish heart wants more and more and more. Could I perhaps trouble you for a beak kiss? I thought it might be something you would enjoy as well. I'm very selfish, and that's just how I am. I've come to accept it. But that's fine, isn't it? Is it wrong of me to be so happy? Well, then I regret nothing. No matter what life has for us, I will protect, and I will see it through. My love, my wing, let us fly through this world together, as if no one can stop us, because in truth, we cannot be stopped. The power of love grows more and more unstoppable with each and every passing day. And to that end, I will never grow tired of it. Won't you hold my hand as we cuddle like this? It is everything to me to feel close to you. You are, in a way, my last vestige of what makes me want to hold on. To fight against that beast that grows, even beyond dark shadow. With everything as it is, time may be limited, but I will make the most of mine. And I will see that my wing is taken to a happier place. What is flight, if not to find a new home? A place where we both belong. That is what I wish for. More and more I will fight for that. And as I hold you, I make a silent promise that I will cherish you as if you are my own for the rest of my days. And of course, Dark Shadow means the same. Despite him losing his ability to properly talk, I know I speak truth. You can ask him if you like. But through every cuddle, through every love, and every motion, I just want more. More time, more feeling, more passion. Won't you share more of that divine, amazing, and wonderful self of yours? Share it with only me. I want you all to myself, now until forever. Let us promise.